Hello, you are wonderfully welcome to the edition of today. Today, our focus is on trust and disappointment. Trust and disappointment. Have you ever asked yourself, why do you seem to be disappointed almost all the time? Why do you seem to be the only one that seems to be disappointed almost all the time? Of course, there must be reason for that. There must be reason for that because in life, nothing just happens. If anything happens, there is always a reason for that. What I want to share today, a lot of people always fall a victim of this and they are not even aware of it. But for you to know better, that is why I will be speaking on trust and disappointment. Now, trust and disappointment. You seem to be disappointed almost all the time because there are some things that you are doing unconsciously. And I'm going to discuss maybe two of them with us in this edition if time permits. Okay? Now, the number one major reason you're always disappointed almost all the time is because you put your trust in men. You always put your trust in men. Anytime you put your trust in men, you are bound to be disappointed. Yes, because whenever you put your trust in men, you are bound to be disappointed. Not that the person will deliberately disappoint you, but for one reason or the other, even for reasons that are beyond the control of that person, the person may disappoint you because he or she is a human. Yes, he or she is a human, and it is normal for every human to always disappoint, either deliberately or not deliberately. Now, what do you have to do for you not to be disappointed all the time? All you have to do is learn to shift your trust away from men. Don't put your trust in men. If there's something you desire to do, if there's something you are expecting, your expectation, your 100% expectation, your total trust should be anchored in your creator. Your total trust should be anchored in God. So it is now left for God to look for a reasonable, to look for a responsible person that will deliver that thing to you. You know why? Most of the time you tend to make men your last hope. And when you make men your last hope, disappointment is bound to happen. Because when you make man your last hope, two things are at stake. Number one, it is very certain that the person may disappoint you. Even if the person does not want to disappoint you, anything can happen to that person anytime. Anything can happen to him anytime. Why can't you now put your trust in the one in whom nothing can happen to? Then the second reason you must not put your trust in men is that when you put your trust in men, you're making that person your last hope. In fact, a lot of you always do it. Most of the time when you ask somebody for something, you may be like, oh, please, please, as I'm speaking to you, you are my last hope. If you have been saying that before, or if you have been doing that before, I want you to stop that from now. Because when you put men as your last hope, what you're saying is what? With or without God, you trust that that thing will happen, and nothing can happen without his approval. Okay, so don't put your trust in man. Put your trust in God. He will now look for somebody who is reliable, who will not disappoint you. Don't forget that the heart of war, the heart of the heart of kings is in the hands of the Lord, and it directs it to wheresoever he wishes. Are there no time that you're expecting that, oh, you're going to get this thing from so person, no matter what, you will get this thing from so person. Just that minute, you may hear that something has happened to that person. In fact, even if nothing happens to that person, that minute the person may just disappoint. So why should you put your trust in a fellow human like you that can disappoint anytime, any day? That's the reason you always experience disappointment all the time, because you put your trust in man, because you always make man your last hope. Don't make man your last hope. When you make man your last hope, you are even putting the life of that person at risk. Do you know why? When you say somebody is your last hope, when you have trusted somebody to the extent that you have rated him to be your last hope, that means you are equating that person with God, and nobody can be equated with God. At times, some people, maybe at times, I feel somehow when people come to me and they say, oh please, I need this, I need that, and when I hear the statement, oh please, you are my last hope, immediately I react. And I'm always like, no, I can't be your last hope. Because when people say to you that you are their last hope, they are equating you with God. And no man can be equated with God in everything, in capacity, in resources, in ability to do things. No one can be equated with God. So, my people, one thing that I want you to go home with today is that learn not to put your trust in men. Put your trust in God, then He will look for a reliable person that will not disappoint you. And that's why you notice that at times when you're expecting something from somebody, maybe you're expecting something from person A, and then you have put the whole of your trust in that person B that you never even expect, that you could not even imagine can get that thing done for you. It may now be that person that will get it done, and you're like, I don't even know that I could get this thing from so person. That is how God works. God works in a way that is beyond human calculation. So stop all the calculation. Save yourself of the stress of the calculation. Don't do the calculation by yourself, because you cannot calculate it by yourself. What matters for you is for that thing to be what? To be done. How it's going to be done, it's none of your concern. Leave that concern for God. So He is the one to determine that. All you need to do is what? Stop making men your last hope. Stop putting the whole of your trust in men. Put your trust in God. Then He chooses somebody who is not going to break the trust you have put in Him. I'm sure you have learned today that for you not to be disappointed all the time, you must not make man your word, your last hope. Thank you for being a part of today's edition. If this has blessed you in one way or the other, don't hesitate to share it with your loved ones. And if you are yet to subscribe on my YouTube channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe. Then remember to click on that bell, so that whenever we drop any video, you will be notified. One more time, I'm glad you're part of today's edition. Thank you. I do not take that for granted. I'll see you in the next edition. Bye for now.